So I figured it's about time to make a Canadian province tier list. We're going to be ranking all the Canadian provinces from absolute legends to literal pieces of shit. Starting off the list, we got Prince Edward Island. Now I've taken bigger shits than the size of Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island is so insignificant that it literally lives in the shadow of New Brunswick, and that's honestly saying something. However, Prince Edward Island does have its redeeming qualities like its inbreeding of potatoes, so what we're going to do is we're going to put it in bootleg, and we're going to call it a day. Up next on the list we got Manitoba. Manitoba is home to the city of Winnipeg, and it's a well-known fucking fact that Terry Fox ended his journey early because he didn't want to even go to Winnipeg. Manitoba literally has a hockey team called the Jets, which is coincidentally what I want to do every time I go near that province. The only redeeming quality about Manitoba is that it's not Saskatchewan. We're going to put it as bootleg. Next we got the Northwest Territories, and I honestly don't know what the fuck to even say about them. I really wish I could give them a good roast because I feel like they need the heat. The only real complaint I have about the Northwest Territories is how unoriginal the name is. Like, come on. Honestly, the Northwest Territories is kinda just there. Now, New Brunswick is the only Atlantic province that has little to no personality. It's like the Manitoba of the East. So we're gonna put them as bootleg. Nunavut sucks, and for one reason and one reason only. Coloring in the Canadian map when you're in elementary school. That's enough to put it at the bottom of the list. Up next we have Quebec. Honestly, I'm kinda surprised to see it on this list because I thought we were doing Canadian provinces. Like, honestly, if they really want to separate, you would think they would have let the rest of Canada vote too. I'll give Quebec some credit though. It's basically the weed dispensary to Ontario. We're going to put Quebec at the bottom for now. Now next up we got Saskatchewan. If the missionary position with the lights off was embodied in a province, it would be Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is easy to draw but even fucking harder to live in. For that we're going to be putting it at bootleg. Up next we have Ontario. Ontario is basically Toronto, surrounded by a large landmass. Ontario is a province that both Stephen Harper and Andrew Scheer pretend not to be from. Imagine a shittier version of California and you've got Ontario. For that we're going to be putting them as literal pieces of shit. Next up is British Columbia. British Columbia truly is the most beautiful province in China. I'd give it some more roast, but I think the wildfires already did that for me. I can't tell what's more abundant in BC, vegans and hippies, or the Chinese. That being said, I am from BC, so I'm obligated to put it as absolute legend. I literally have nothing to say about the Yukon. It's cold, it's white, and it's basically a ripoff of Alaska. We're going to be putting it as just kinda there. So going into Newfoundland and Labrador, I have one question. If one Luffy marries another Newfie, do they still remain cousins? Newfoundland's so shitty that even the time zones didn't want them. They just split down the middle. We're going to put Newfoundland as a bootleg. Alberta is a perfect example of the phrase, money cannot buy class. The best thing ever to come out of Alberta was Nickelback. Think about that one for a second. The province of Alberta is almost as shitty as the drivers that come from it. Alberta definitely deserves to be at the bottom of the list. Finally we got Nova Scotia. Now I'm not sure what dies more here, people or their careers. We're just gonna put them as kinda there and call it a day. And that's my fucking Canadian province tier list. Hope you all enjoyed.